Have you ever wondered why Slavic and Eastern European women are so consistently associated with striking beauty? It's a stereotype that shows up in movies, fashion, and pop culture around the world. But unlike most stereotypes, this one might actually have a deeply tragic historical explanation, one rooted in one of the darkest chapters of the 20th century. To understand this, we need to travel back to World War II, specifically to the Soviet Union, which suffered more than any other nation in that conflict. Between 1941 and 1945, the Soviet Union lost an estimated 27 million people, the overwhelming majority men. Historians estimate the Soviet Union lost up to 80% of its male population in some age groups, entire generations wiped out. By 1945, for every 100 women of marriageable age, there were sometimes as few as 60 men. This wasn't just a sad statistic. It fundamentally changed Soviet society. In normal times, both sexes compete equally for partners. But in post-war Soviet Union, the competition shifted almost entirely to women competing for men. There simply weren't enough husbands to go around. And this created an intense social pressure that would shape generations. When the number of available men was limited, women were often encouraged to distinguish themselves. And in Soviet society, appearance became one of the ways individuals expressed identity and social presence. This wasn't vanity. For many, finding a husband was a matter of economic survival. Dressing well, wearing makeup even in difficult circumstances, these became deeply ingrained cultural values, passed from mothers to daughters for decades. They sewed their own fashionable clothes, shared scarce cosmetics. This pride in presentation became not a trend, but a tradition. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Some researchers point to a potential genetic selection effect from that same demographic imbalance. The men who survived disproportionately chose physically attractive partners. Over multiple generations, this could have created a selection pressure, a natural filter. This remains debated. But the evolutionary logic is worth examining. So what we're really looking at is two powerful forces working in the same direction. Force 1, cultural. Force 2, biological. Together, these may have combined to produce what we observe today. It's worth pausing on the profound sadness underneath this story. The stereotype of the beautiful Slavic woman is, in a way, a legacy of one of the most devastating demographic catastrophes in human history. The women left behind adapted, fiercely, creatively, with remarkable resilience. They kept families together, they rebuilt a country, and they passed on a sense of pride that outlasted the Soviet Union itself. History shapes people in ways we rarely stop to consider. The next time you encounter this stereotype, you'll know the story behind it. A story of loss, resilience, and the quiet forces that shape entire cultures. If you found this fascinating, please subscribe and tell us in the comments. What other stereotypes do you think have a hidden historical explanation?